So good to come your way this morning. Inwarata no Sahai is my name, and I'm here to add value to your day, add value to your business, add value to your career, and make sure that things are going to the next level for you. Now, you are going to like this. Merriam-Webster Dictionary define the word professionalism as the skill, good judgment, and polite behavior that is expected from a person who is trained to do a job well. Merriam-Webster Dictionary define professionalism as the skill, good judgment, and polite behavior that is expected from a person who is trained to do a job well. This is very important. If Merriam-Webster Dictionary define professionalism as the skill, the good judgment, and the polite behavior that is expected from people, it means that professionalism is what you express. Professionalism is what you exhibit. Let me take the definition again. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, it says professionalism is the skill, good judgment, and polite behavior that is expected from a person who is trained to do a job well. So if professionalism is the skill, the good judgment, and good behavior that is expected from a person, it just implies, like I've said, that professionalism is what you express, professionalism is what you exhibit, professionalism is what you do. It is an action word. Professionalism is active, it's not professionalism is not dormant. Professionalism is active. This is very important. It's a behavior that is expected from you. And now, professionalism starts with your dressing. This is just so important. Professionalism starts with your dressing. Professionalism starts with your look. The way you dress, your look sends a very strong signal about you as a person, about the organization you work for, about your brand. It sends a very strong signal. Now, it is very, very challenging for customers to believe that you can take care of their issues if you cannot take care of your looks. Seriously. I believe you may want to hear that again. Customers will likely find it very difficult to believe that you can take care of their issue if you don't take care of your looks. So professionalism begins with your look. Professionalism is what you express, is what you exhibit, is what you do. It begins with your look. And if you cannot take care of your looks, it is difficult for customers to believe you can take care of their issues. Your dressing sends a very strong signal, either a negative signal or a positive signal about you, about the company you work for, about your brand in general, just like I've mentioned. So it's very important to take the issue of dressing professionally seriously. And dressing professionally is not about you necessarily wearing expensive clothes. Dressing professionally does not equate to wearing expensive clothes. It does not equate to wearing big brand names. Dressing professionally is about you knowing how to intelligently combine your colors just the way I have done this morning. That is just so important. You need to learn how to make sure you present yourself in a way that customers or people will take you seriously. Because why? I have said it. Your dressing sends a very strong signal about your brand, about your person, about the organization you work for. So it is important that at every point in time you take the issue of dressing good seriously. And remember, it is not necessarily a function of wearing a big brand name. It is not necessarily a function of wearing, expensive clothing. Dressing professionally does not equate to wearing expensive clothing. It does not equate to wearing big brand names. You understand what I mean? So it is very important you take that seriously. All you need to do is to know how to intelligently make the right choice in color combination and simply present yourself in a very classical way. Remember what I've said. Customers may find it very difficult to take you seriously to believe you can sort out their issue if you don't take care of your look. Now, Another very important aspect of professionalism that you need to also take seriously, is the issue of how we communicate with customers. How we communicate with customers. Remember, professionalism is what you express, it's what you do that makes customers to feel comfortable with you, and then they will remain loyal to you. It is what you express, it is what you do, it is the skills that you bring to the table, it is what you exhibit, the good behavior you exhibit, the polite behavior you exhibit, according to Merriam-Webster dictionary. And what you exhibit, what you display, will now make customers comfortable with you, and they will remain loyal to you. And one very key aspect of professionalism is the issue of how we communicate with customers. Please, there are some phrases that should never be used when communicating with customers. As time will permit me this morning, we will just look at some few, maybe 2 or 3, as time will permit, some phrases you should never use when communicating with customers. Now, remember, you walk into a particular organization, walk into an office or a business premises, and then you want them to sort out something for you. And then the customer, the officer you meet there, the staff, the employee of the organization you meet there tells you that is not my department. And then the person walks away or just continue doing what he or she has been doing. You want something sorted out by the system, by the organization, by the company. And then they are telling you, the person you met, the staff you met is telling you that's not my department. And the staff just walks away, or the staff just continue doing what he or she has been doing. Listen, staff, listen, employee. The customer in question, as it were, did not come to see a department. The customer in question came to the company for the company to have his problem resolved or sorted out. And you are the staff of the company, you are the representative, you are the ambassador of the company. It is very unprofessional for you to reply or respond to the customer that is not my department. Very, very unprofessional. That is not my department. It's very unprofessional. Such a phrase should never come to your mind, let alone you verbalizing it with your lips. It should never. It's very unprofessional. You need to do the needful. And what is the needful? The needful is for you. If that particular issue the customer has come to resolve does not actually fall within the purview of your departmental responsibility, what you need to do is to take the customer to the right department that will sort out the issue. If you don't know, call your superior. Just make sure you offer that help to resolve that issue. Take the customer there, or you call someone from that department, and then the customer issue is resolved. Remember, the customer did not actually come to see a department, as it were. The customer came to see the company, and you work for the company. You are a representative of the company. You are a staff of the organization, of the agency, and you should do everything possible to solve that problem, because you are in that organization to solve problem. If you don't know what to do, if it's not within the departmental responsibility of your department, make sure you take the customer to the right department, or direct him or her to the right person, and then the customer at the end of the day will have more confidence in your organization, believe in the company you work for, and the customer will keep on returning for back-end repeated transaction. That is very, very important. Then another unprofessional phrase that should never come out of your mouth to the ears of customer is this: the person you need to talk to is on leave and won't be back for 2 weeks. Such a phrase is not just unprofessional, it is extremely annoying. It is not just unprofessional. Telling the customer the person you need to talk to is on leave and will be back for 2 weeks. So because the person that needs to attend to me is on leave, will be back for 2 weeks, so my issue should remain unresolved for another 2 weeks? Is that what you are telling me? Is that what you're saying? Because the staff is on vacation, my issue should also be on vacation? Does that mean that when the staff is on vacation or on leave in your organization or in your agency or in your parastatal, the system is on pause mode? The system is no longer working? I am not the one that is supposed to tell you that somebody should fill in the blank space. Don't ever make such unprofessional statements to a customer, to a client. It is debranding, very, very debranding. that the person that is supposed to attend to you is on leave and will be back for 2 weeks, and the customer has just 4 days, to get that document signed or do or whatever it is that needed to be sorted out, and then the customer, go to wherever he or she needs to engage that particular, document or whatever. Then you come and tell the customer, the person you need to talk to is on leave and will be back for 2 weeks. Someone should fill in the blank space. What about if the customer transits to eternity? If the staff transits to eternity because the staff dies, does that mean the system dies? If the staff is on leave, does that mean the entire workplace organization is on leave? No. It's a going concern, and things should remain going. That is just so important. Very, very important. Professionalism. Remember, I told you from the very beginning, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, that professionalism is a skill, the good judgment and the polite behavior that is expected from a person who is trained to do a job well. And so, how we communicate matters a lot. It matters a lot. So, statements like "that's not my department" should not be made. Statements like "the person you need to talk to is on leave" should not be made. And another statement that should not be made to a customer is that "I wasn't here when that happened. It's not my fault." I wasn't here when that happened. It's not my fault. So, as I begin to conclude this morning, there are very, very key statements or professional phrases that should not come to your mind, let alone come to your lips. Telling a customer, "I wasn't here when that happened. It's not my fault." The customer does not care who is at fault or who is not at fault. The customer just wants his issue resolved and sorted out. And that will now project your company and organization as a positive brand. I strongly believe that lots of value have been added to you today. And the time is never sufficient for us to dig deep into all these things. And that is why it is critical that you reach me. And my phone number is 080, that's it on the screen, 080-6686-5060. I repeat it again, 080-6686-5060. And the glow line has been there as well. Is 080-529-29 again, 120. 080-529-29 again, 120. I will see you next week Wednesday. On my return, I will remain the amiable professional. Your day is so blessed. Thank you.